Hey everyone, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen, and welcome back to Queen's Court. In the last episode, I made out with an Eldar. I almost did. I took advantage of Marno's newly found feelings for a Munkai. That was a lot of fun. That's probably the only thing of relevance from last episode. But let's hear Victor's point of view.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Vicky the GM, and welcome back to the Queen's Court. When we last left our heroes, after the unnerving events on Foralis, the Warband boarded the Oath Unspoken once more, setting course for Desolium. During their journey back, Rosalina engaged in a bit of Scenology, while Tarvok took apart the Somnia Simulacrum to learn its secrets. Summoning the rest of the Acolyte, Tarvok explained his plan to track down the errant heretic. As the journey neared its end, Rosalina had a strange dream involving Crimson aboard the Red Sky ship, delivering some plea for aid. Arriving back home at the Lockwood Manor in Hive Desolium, Rosalina found a number of inquiries from Oath Captain Katie and Niels. Traveling down to the Purity Gate along with Polonia and Amma, Niels explained that Crimson was bought out by House Cotraman and sent to the Nexum penal colony. Rosalina chose to prioritize Halbrel over Crimson. And we return. So, while Rosalina and company are busy at the Purity Gate, two of the other members decided to set off in different directions to take care of some of their own business. So, which one of you wants to go first, i.e., Tarvok or Larisian?
Larisian can go first.
Alrighty. As Larisian makes his way down to the new headquarters of his little group of miscreants, he wanders into Three Stakes Rest and finds that he appears, and you find, well, let's see what you find. Roll an awareness.
Alrighty.
You find the location that Kara indicated to you, but it appears to be deserted. You are standing in front of a warehouse that seems to have seen use in the last few months, but it is no less dilapidated than the rest of the surroundings. However, as you look around, you hear in the distance and and you see a transport buggy come screeching to a halt, the now familiar sight of Kara at the wheel. "Hey boss," she says as she takes off her gas mask.
Well, hello, Kara. Where's everybody else, and where did you get an auto carriage?
Well, you know, we found this thing, and it seemed to be working, so we nicked it. Oh, and everyone else is all around us, but you can't see us. Spooky.
Well, this put in the trading good use. Is Vitalian returned yet?
Sorry, repeat that name?
Vitalian.
No, you said he was on his way, but he hasn't arrived yet.
I see. I hope you did well.
Yeah, we did. We've been busy walking around, taking out all of the vagrants that have been hanging about the place. You know, shooing them away, getting the place fit.
I hope it didn't cause too much trouble then, have they?
No. Usually they run away before we get a chance to talk to them, so that's fine.
Well, that's good at least. Don't want anybody getting hurt, well, unless it's on an assignment, in which case it's almost inevitable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Though there have been some We have been keeping an eye out to see if any other gangs want to move in, and when they do, we'll no doubt persuade them otherwise. As she wiggles in her seat, almost unable to handle the excitement.
You seem very attuned to this line of work.
Well, you know, any chance I can work with a blade, that's fine with me. And you pay well.
Yeah.
So, I thought you could have more use for this, and she slaps the side of the transport buggy. So, I thought I'd give you a little moving in gift, seeing how this place is a bit of a shithole.
Well, any shithole can be made into a, well, rather fine estate at some point.
Yeah, but you better find someone else to do that, because I'm not going to start interior decorating.
Oh, I don't expect any of you to. In fact, honestly, it's probably best it stays in this sort of disarray. Less likely to draw attention.
You got it, boss.
I would say we should probably get inside. And as he says it, he's just going to kind of be looking around.
Indeed. Okay, jump in.
Yeah, and then he'll do so.
Lorisian hops into the passenger seat of the transport buggy, and you both room into the main loading door of the warehouse that she was parked outside of. You can see that this place seems to have been cleared out some months ago, and there's a lot of empty plastic crates. Well, there's a lot of crates with plastic wrapping in them, though most of them seem dusty. So, someone seems to have been using this place before we did, though we didn't clear them out.
That's sort of worrying. Do we know what they were doing here?
No, I can probably ask around and see who used to have this place before we do. Well, before we did do? Yeah, low Gothic is hard.
It's dead.
Yes, I would suggest that. Find out who used to be here and what they've done, and, well, what all other information we can glean from it. Also, do you have any word on the cleanup in the Underhive?
Yeah, we've kept most of them.
Working with, but alright.
Well, I'll let you know once they get back, and once I have something else to show you. Okay, let's see. It was info. What was the other guy's name again? I keep forgetting.
Italian?
Vitalian. Okay, I need to say that name a few times. Let's see. Info, Vitalian. Clean place up, but don't make it too clean. You hear Kara listing off things she needs to get done. And I think that's about it. So, yeah, next time you hop around, I'll let you know.
Alright. Very well. However, I want you to give me word on, well, the Underhive as soon as possible. That's a very high priority to me, at least.
Can do. I'll probably hop by at first opportunity. You're not leaving soon, are you?
Not to my knowledge, but that's not really my call to make. I'll send word if I am.
Can do. I'll shadow you when you can.
Alright.
And with that, Kara hops out of the transport buggy, and leaves the engine rumbling.
Yeah. Larison would just turn it off and pocket the key before following.
Wait, there wasn't. I didn't have anything else for this scene.
Oh, okay.
So, I was actually going to end it on with him just driving into the non-existent sunset.
Oh, okay. Then that's one.
Indeed, room, and off he goes. So, however, a bit further up in the hive, in the Reforged Foundry, Artisan Tarvok is scuttling into his office, and he is met by the familiar face of his administratum scribe, Aurora, who handles the Reforged Foundry in his absence. Ah, Artisan
Yes.
Tarvok, I hope you had a pleasant journey.
Actually, before that, I have a question. Did my rodents that were following him pick up on that? All that?
I'm going to say no. The engine noise was actually canceling it out.
Right.
Yeah. Had they gotten close enough, they probably would have been spotted.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. So, you were able to catch everything that Lorisian was doing and his location up until the transport buggy roomed into the scene.
No, what I'm saying is, that if they got spotted, that's fine. They're very. He's not hiding them.
Fair enough.
But anyway, on to the Aurora business. Yes, the trip was fine. The air they're on for at least is strange, but the mission was a success for the most part.
I see. That is good to hear. I have the latest efficiency numbers for the Foundry, if you'd wish to review them.
Yes, and I could quickly go over them.
Indeed. There seems to have been a slight increase as tiny efficiencies in the process have been found. Barely a few percentage points, but it is there. However, as you look, it's the output that catches your eye.
There's a what?
The output numbers are what catch your eye.
And how are they?
They seem to have, the Foundry itself is producing just as much as it was. It seems that some of the... I'm slightly forgetting where the bulk of it is going, but whatever that was seems to have been increased by 10%, and other factors had to be lowered to compensate.
Such is the way of things. How is the supplies coming on? For my team.
If I'm not mistaken, the custom fabrications have just recently been finished and should be ready for delivery as soon as you request them.
Good. Send Raphael out to deliver them to the...
There is a slight issue with that. Raphael, you see, he's been busy while you were gone, and there appeared to have been slight issues with the gantry supply chain, and he wished to investigate himself. While the latest shipment arrived, I have no word whether the latest shipment coming from gantry arrived. I have no word whether Raphael actually made it down there. The remote nature of it, the remote nature of that place seems to be working against it.
Yes, and now for the reason I came here. It involves one Bonus Crimson. Have the attacks on our convoys been dissipated since his removal?
Since you looked into it, we have not had another attack, no.
Good. Now, my dear Aurora, and with that, Tarvok kind of opens his drawer and pulls out his pistols, and making sure that they're all loaded. I have an old enemy I need to go kill.
Oh, anyone in particular?
Oh, let's just say this is going to cost him an arm and several legs.
As you say. And she nods and walks back to her desk.
The arm bite's coming straight from the underground.
Ah.
And he makes and with that he goes over his are we in? Can I communicate with the rest of the team?
The rest of the team is unfortunately too far down for the comlinks to work.
What about a Voxcaster?
That would be different, and you would have to get a whole bunch of Vox relay points lined up to actually talk to them.
Wait, does anyone in the party besides myself have a Vox relay or a Voxcaster?
I don't think anyone else does. They have their competes, but that's about it.
Note to self, get everyone some of those. To that, I guess I say, then I will go out and find them.
Indeed. Odds are they will rendezvous back at the mansion.
In that case, I'll have everyone's ammos and gear prepared, as well as everything that was procured at the market.
Yes. So, with that, Tarvok heads back to the Lockwood Manor. I'm guessing that Polonia, Amma, and Rosalina are also heading back now.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and some hours later, you arrive at the Lockwood Manor. The Warband. Where do you want to meet? Or gather, I should say. Rosalina's office, maybe?
Well, I'll be in my office regardless.
Alright, let's use that. It is a known place. So, with that, the Warband... actually, let's put it like this. Carpath walks into the door and says, My Lady Lockwood, the rest of the Warband has arrived.
Very well. Send them in.
I will. And he gathers the rest into Rosalina's office. And now it is time to discuss options. Alexis?
I'm just going to be going through paperwork on the desk and everything, and looking up at my armor, my power armor. Do we have any leads on this Halbrel man?
Sorry, my mic's screwing up. Yes, I do have a lead.
Indeed. And if you were able to get to a Vox communication center, you could, in theory, trace Halbrel's signal that he used to speak through the Somnilacrum.
Yes, so it'll be a bit of a wild Grox chase, but we have a set path.
So we can hunt him down then.
Not only that, but I'd be able to point him out should he try to use multiple simulacrum as a bodyguard or as a shroud.
Very well. So, let's get into one of the vehicles here, get over to a comm station, and begin tracking this man.
Yes, and Rosalina, thank you for doing this.
For you? No. I don't do anything for anybody in particular except for the God Emperor. He is a heretic, and he will be brought to justice.
Oh, I did not say that you did it for me. Dead is dead, as long as he... But you had a choice, and you made one that I appreciated, is all.
So, with that, the warband loads up. What do you want to use? Just one of the cargo 8s or the repressor?
I'm going to be looking at my repressor. It's been a while since I've driven this thing. I think it's time to take her out for a spin.
So, as the warband loads up into the repressor with Polonia's bike in the back.
Polonia, would you like to drive?
Yeah, I'll take the wheel.
And with that, Tarvok hands over the multi-compass.
Thank you, Tarvok. I'm gonna need this. The traffic here is definitely a lot worse than it was on Forley's.
Considering that it's almost non-existent on Forley's, then yes. So, the warband... Oh, go ahead.
Before we start, can I look to Rosalina? Ma'am, before we depart, could I check just to make sure there was nothing left over from the tech priest that brought it here?
Yes, give it a once-over.
Okay, I just want to give it a once-over.
Indeed, roll tech use. It's easy. Yeah, you're fine.
Please don't ever say easy when dice are involved.
Yeah, it should be easy, but you can get unlucky. So, with that, Tarvok speaks with the machine spirit. Oh, yeah, everyone has arrived. So, I was answering Noble. So, as Tarvok accesses the machine spirit of the repressor, he finds that it appears to have recovered, though it is slightly traumatized from its previous injury. But it is ready to get roaring back out to destroy the enemies of man.
I'm gonna put Riza in one of the seats in the back next to one of the autocannons. Not the autocannons, the heavy stubbers.
Yeah.
And just kind of buckle her in.
Indeed.
Be safe. And I'm going to put my weapons in a weapons locker inside the vehicle.
Alrighty.
Except for my sword.
Even your pistol?
The pistol can stay on my side. But mostly putting down the brazier of holy fire and the backpack with the meltagun on it.
Yeah. So, with that, Polonia puts the pedal to the metal, and you're out again.
Can you guys hear me? What the fuck is going on with this garbage? Am I back?
Like, can I do a lore check to just get a more overview
Guys,
of the
repeat everything
the communication systems?
Repeat everything you said prior to us leaving, because my Discord cut out.
Yeah, we noticed. So, as you arrive at Vox Communication Center C32B, you can see the monolithic and imposing black structure is covered in data cables and antennae with grotesque and gargoyles strewn in between, giving them the feel of jungle predators. You park in front next to other Hecton auto carriages and disembark.
How busy does it look?
There appear to be black-robed scribes coming and going, but otherwise it is no more different than the rest of the hive.
So we're talking about like a few hundred, a few thousand.
Few hundred. The main traffic arterial that you came from has thousands. In here, you can see dozens moving about, but that's just coming and going.
Tarvak, make this as quick as you can.
Yes, and with that, I kind of send some more juice down to my legs to kind of speed it along.
Indeed. So, you entering through the front door?
Yes, I'm on official business.
Indeed. So, as you walk in through the gargantuan doors of the communication center, you can see inside this appears to be a conjunction between the Mechanicus and the Administratum, as black and red armored scribes and priests trundle about, mostly carrying data slates and parchments. However, in the circular front desk, you can see a black-robed woman of middling age, and she has a pair of half-moon spectacles on her face as she looks up and says, "Yes?"
Bad moon spectacles, got it.
Ah.
And I say, yes, I would need access to your Vox relays, so that I'm on urgent business.
Have you filled out the proper form to access the relays? I was not aware that maintenance was necessary at this time.
Can I roll Scholastic Lore Administratum?
Yes.
To get me out of this?
Indeed, you can roll Scholastic Lore Administratum. Boom, there you go.
And I say, yes, the form was filled out. All the 182-B and the 182-C all filled out and properly done. You're probably in the tube. Your non-mechanical parts are just keeping you from looking at it.
In triplicate?
Quadruplicate, my dear.
Oh dear, and she visibly blushes at this. I see. Of course. And she pulls out two data slate. Just sign. She pulls out a data slate and points towards the bottom of the screen. Says, "Oh, just sign here, here, and here. Initials here. Your oath cog number here, and that should do it."
As a show off, I pull out 6 quills to sign.
Indeed, show off. And you sign all at the same time. She verifies it, countersigns, and says, "Ah, there you go. 3 halls to the right, 1 to the left, and you should be at the relay room."
Yep. And to that, I say, to Rosalina, Lady Lockwood.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like me to keep an eye on here? Maybe look into, since we all have access to the entire Vox network for the most part. Any side projects or anything like that you want me to keep an eye out for?
Listen for certain keywords. Words that I cannot speak, obviously.
Obviously.
Any type of patterns I'm going to say any type of patterns, and then with my hand I'm going to sign forbidden numbers.
And to that I nod and make my way to the Vox relay.
Wait, did you just hand sign through the comm link?
No, we're walking together.
Oh, sorry, I had the distinct feeling that Tarvok was by himself. Never mind.
Oh, I never go anywhere by myself.
I'm guessing.
Chaperone.
I see. So it's just the two of you, or is the rest coming along too?
I'd be there.
I guess that would be the result of them. Just kind of hidden back a bit.
I see. All right, so Alma is going to look after the repressor while you're gone. So, as you follow the intended instructions left by the receptionist, you arrive into a great hall filled with cogitator banks and data cables spooling about the place.
Perfect. And I guess I make my way to one of the cogitators.
Indeed. So, here you, as you open up one of the screens, you can see a veritable blizzard of info passing through. However, if you wish to make a general sweep of the place, you may need to roll a -30 tech use test.
Or
if you just want to look for something specific, you can do a normal tech use test. However, it will have to be an extended test, which requires 10 degrees of success.
Rosalina just looking around. I have no idea what any of this does.
Yep.
So, let's try the. So, can I try both? Like, try the -30 and then just the 10 one you need 10 for?
You can try both, and the -30 can go first. Indeed. So, as you do a general search of the Vox Relay network, looking for any voice recognition that might give something away, and scanning messages across the network, you find that if you were to insert, hold on, I need to check something.
Insert your Cyberdong. You can do it. I believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to word this in a technobabble-ish way.
Jack into the Matrix. Got it.
Well,
Just gotta shut it in.
So what I'm trying to offer you here is that if you wish, with all of those degrees of success, you could plant a bug right here. However, you would have to roll a security test to make sure that it doesn't get spotted or found.
See, Biggie, this is exactly what it is. I was actually going to ask you if I could put my own little bug in to keep an eye on like those keywords plus doing your job.
Yeah. So, if you wish to try that, you may actually. I'm going to roll a security test for you because this will be a hidden one. So, what's your security stat?
Well, let's say I have security maxed out, and I have intelligence 50.
So that's 80 security.
Wait, do I have master security?
Do you? I don't remember.
I don't.
You don't. All right. So I will roll for you and note down the result. So here we go. Would you like to use a fate point?
Yes.
All right. It's hard to explain. Okay, here we go. That's better. So, number has been gotten. I will put this into your sheet where only my GM into the GM notes. So I'll do this and Vox relay bug at, let's see, 1. I probably shouldn't be speaking this out loud. But that
have you ever seen instruments like this? Do you know what each and every single one of these do? Polonia?
I've never been much for technical aspects of things. That's why I became a doctor and not an engineer.
Don't you mean engine seer?
I do. Thank you.
There we go. So, with that, you are able to plant a bug in the system, and...
No, please, Viggy. I planted a rat.
Ah, a rat in the system. Nice. So, with a rat in the system, actually, come to think of it, a rat walks... I was wondering how exactly you what you were going to use to insert into the cogitator bank, and a rat runs up to you, and you pick it up and insert it by its tail. So, now you can attempt the search for Halbrel's code. Not for his code, his signature.
Did he just plug a rat? Like a physical rat into that? I'm not sure that's how technology works.
I'm sorry. Are you the Genestealer? Are you the Adeptus Mechanic?
I'm talking strictly to Polonia at this point.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure on the specifics either, but who knows? Maybe it'll chew on some wires and get the data that way. I'm not sure. I can tell you it's definitely not how it works with a real rat.
These rat creature things that he has made, they're very strange. I was never one for the ways of the tech priests. They always seemed so horrific.
I tend to agree with you. I've always looked on the merging of a human form with machine to be, in a way, barbaric. Well, most people don't take to it very well. And in most cases, implantation just leads to more implantation.
I'm gonna look at you with a curious look. A curious look on my face when you say implantation leads to more implantation. Yes, of course.
Well, once one biological system begins to fail, if you remove another, then the other biological systems seem to struggle.
Well, I'm sure there's things that can compensate for all of that.
That's definitely true. Higher quality implants tend to be less detrimental to the health of the person with them. However, I found with these types of folk that, well, the goal tends to be to get as many as possible.
That's good to know.
So, was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Knight, you may now attempt to roll the extended tech use test.
I'll extend your tech use test. Give me a second.
All right, that is 5 degrees. All you need is a few more.
Well, that'll do it.
That will do it. However, I need you to roll a willpower test for me.
Soggin.
As you make your way through the VoxNet technology, attempting to backtrace Halbrel's signal, you find an info packet, and that appears to be in your way. And yeah, you're just fine. Holy crap, that's a good roll. So, it seems that Halbrel left a packet of scrap code in case anyone tried to follow him. However, you were easily able to isolate and neutralize it.
Look at me over here being hacker man.
Hacker man. Na. So, as you finish your search, you find that the last known the last known location that you're able to trace it back to seems to be Disolium Skydock 404, and I will type that now into Discord chat.
Just by hearing the name, do I have any? Is it nearby any of the other ports we've been to in our time on Disolium?
It is not. In fact, you can roll for me. Do you have Forbidden Lore?
Yes, I do.
Disolium?
Yes,
Roll for me, Forbidden Lore Disolium.
Where's it at? Oh, yes, here it is. I wouldn't say that's
Ren almost knew something.
Wouldn't you call that Forbidden Lore, though?
That's just Common Lore Underworld. Yeah. Sky docks aren't in the underworld, they're in the orbit. Ah.
No. Oh, it's a sky dock.
Yeah.
It's in the sky, like literally. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a orbit. It's an orbital platform.
Oh, Zog, not again.
What?
Go back up in space again.
Back to space. So,
Anyway,
with the forbidden lore test that you made, you get a info dump. So, and because you only got 2 degrees of success, I will give 2 paragraphs. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So, the hive world of Dysolium is served by 4 major and countless minor orbital structures, primarily concerned with the transportation of goods and people to and from the surface. One serves mainly incoming transport, and a second outgoing ones. The third is a defense installation, as many of its guns trained on the surface below as on the open space above. Of the current status of the fourth, no one can be entirely certain. For untold centuries, Dysolium Skydock 4 of 4 served as a trading hub utilized by the numerous merchant concerns operating across the sector and beyond. In particular, those that would sooner deal with trade brokers than directly with the consortium. It offered the numerous services such wealthy clientele highly valued, from null chambers in which the most secret and delicate negotiations could be conducted without fear of intrusion, to stasis vaults in which any treasure imaginable could be deposited for a day, a year, or a century. The Skydock was known as something of a destination, and in the ways such places invariably are, it was served by a teeming horde of criminal concerns eager to provide for every possible luxury and vice the wealthy visitors